Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. In today's video, we are now about 3 days away from the start of stage 3. So with that, I wanted to take some of these unbelievable plays that came from the second major and really just take the time to break them down, show you exactly where people were going, why they were going in that direction, bring up the mini map, the whole 9 yards. That's what my channel's always been about. So I figured what better place to start than in the map 5 round 11 between OpTic Chicago and Minnesota Rocker. So I do want to go through this. I want to talk through it. I want to draw it out, really spend some time on this round because I thought there were some really good and a couple super poor decisions that were made throughout this round. And then actually towards the end, I want to go ahead and let you guys listen to OpTic's response to this and what exactly they were trying to do. Again, some things were just bad luck, but we'll go through and we'll check it all out. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's flip over and let's go ahead, let's start this round up. So as we're watching this, and you're going to hear this from the words of OpTic themselves right now, it is round 11, and they said, you know what? We're just going to go for it. We're just going to hit A. They're just going to send it, right? They're going to have numbers there regardless what side they went. If they just send it and make their trades and get bombed down, now they can have the advantageous position and really work from there. So first thing they do is they throw it on their trophy. Very standard. It's kind of what everybody does if they're doing a quick A push. And as that happens, there are nades, there are stuns, there's all kinds of stuff being thrown. So it is what it is. We're now 12 seconds into the round, and both teams know exactly where people are going. So we're on board with Envoy here. He's going to run inside of Eskies right there, and just with this, so Priesta gets a shot on the Envoy who went up to top Eskies, and as soon as that happens, they waste no time whatsoever. If we look down here at the mini map, you can see that all of these green arrows right here that were pushed up in this location, they say, let's hit it really quick. So they go ahead and they actually flank out and they go mid. And what you're going to hear them say in just a minute, they actually talk about how they figured Minnesota knows we're all pushing this top side of the map. So as they're rotating back towards mid, they think at this point in time, they can probably catch somebody on rotation, right? Because if they're coming hot, right here you have accuracy and right here you have attach. If they know that they're coming hot, then there's at least a little bit of a likelihood or a small chance that one of these players is hitting through Eskies, or you could have attach hitting through gold trying to hit a flank. So as they turn back, they think, well, we might be able to catch somebody on rotation here. And there's actually some pretty crazy timing. So as we press play, at this point in time, if Standy was standing up, he would have seen these guys rotate out. If he was just, instead of crouched, if he would have just peeked this, and there's nothing wrong with not peeking this, right? He's just trying to play his life. But if he peeks, he sees them on rotation, and he can actually go ahead and call that out to each of his teammates. So now, as this happens, they didn't quite take the bait, and you got to give Minnesota credit because they have a really nice setup. So you're not actually going to see it, but accuracy is mid-map, that number 5 arrow right in the middle of the map. He's at that cutout location, and he's just watching. And right there, he gets shots onto Envoy. And as that happens, now he can call out that they're rotating. And as that rotation is occurring, if you're those players on the top side of the map, then you probably know that there's no longer a presence over towards A. So I actually like what OpTic did. I think that all of these decisions were really sound decisions. So as we go ahead and press play, accuracy is just going to back up. He's going to continue to watch that push through mid, but he's just going to come back over here towards P2 and get set up. And as soon as that happens, now, again, there are bullets shot. It might have been kind of hard to see there, but right here you can see that there's some smoke from, I don't know if that was, I think it was just from OpTic shooting into the wall there. So shots were taken. So Standy knows, okay, guys, they wrapped back. And as that happens, I think that there are some good decisions that are made here. And there's one that was absolutely poor. There's one decision that you absolutely cannot make. So Standy's just watching over bomb, and we don't actually see it, but Priesta So the standee kill we don't see, but it rotates back over towards Priesta, and he gets absolutely fried. I mean, that had to have been a team shot. I know just a scene or two before, we saw Formal and Dashi both slide out, but Dashi just absolutely guns Priesta. Right after that happens, Scump gets a kill on standee, and at this point in time, this is probably the biggest mistake of the round. So as it stands right now, if we look at the mini map and we kind of just take an idea into where OpTic's players are, I know that they're pretty bunched up, but right here you have Formal and Dashi. You have Scump over here in this corner by A-Bomb, and if you're Envoy, you're going to hear them talk about this. And initially, when the round started, their plan was to push through and go outer and take Minnesota's side. So Envoy was thinking, we can come out here, we can push out outer, and once they have control of this area of the map, then essentially what's going to happen is that's going to force Minnesota. They're going to know that they're there, so it's going to force them here, or it's going to force attach into one of these locations because they can no longer push through outer. But unfortunately for OpTic fans everywhere, he pushes this. I don't love this because if you have a 4v2 and you just kind of chill and get bombed down, if you're Envoy, you could easily, as we're watching him on screen here, you could easily just come forward, just kind of hide over in this corner and just wait for somebody to push. But same thing with standee. Same thing with Abizi, same thing with a lot of these other really fast SMGs. Part of what makes them so good is how fast they play, and that's going to happen here. So Envoy pushes forward, accuracy's ready for him, and with that, your numbers from a 3v2 or from a 4v2 automatically goes down to a 3v2, and now this is a little bit more manageable. So I think that was the biggest mistake. The rest of this, it is what it is. Like sometimes it just doesn't go in your favor, but accuracy does make a really smart decision to push this. So we'll play this another couple scenes. Accuracy throws this nade, and we're not actually going to see it connect, but he does get Formal wounded. So he throws that nade, and as that's coming in, it blows up right there. And as it does, that actually gets Formal weak. So might have been kind of hard to miss, especially since it was off screen, but that nade does get Formal weak. And if you're Formal, you have to push the bomb to try to get it down, right? So I like his decision to slide across. Had he not had the bomb, he could have just stayed over towards this heady, and once he's over there, now if accuracy comes forward, he is stuck in a crossfire. But we're on board with Scump. Attach is going to come mid. This is a great kill right here on Attach. But as you see down in the bottom right, Scump is now at 30 HP. So as we're watching this, Scump is 1 bullet, Formal is weak, and it just so happens that Dashi got caught up in this corner. And this is where, again, it's not terrible. It's just the way that the round played out, that Dashi pushed over towards bomb. He kind of got trapped in that corner. So as we look at this, you can see that Dashi is as far in this corner as he can be. Scump is weak and he was on bomb, so he has to push backwards, and he lays down just to try to stay out of the way. And Formal was over here on this outside heady, and he slid across just because he wanted to try to get bomb down. So as we're looking at this, I mean, you can just see this play developing, and nothing is going the way that they want it to go. Again, if Formal didn't have bomb, he could have just stayed over here in this corner, just waited, and then as accuracy pushed forward into this location, he would be in a crossfire there, and there's no way he could get all 3 of those kills. But as we go back and press play, we're just going to see the play happen. And if you haven't heard the comms, go to Minnesota Rockers Twitter, because they did release the comms from this play. And this is a great decision from accuracy. You can say like it was all luck and the stars aligned and everything had to go his way and blah, 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 which is true. But this is a really smart, sound, educated decision. If he backs off there's no way that he's going to win this round, right? If Scump gets healthy and Formal gets his health back and they spread out, there's no way you're going to clutch this. So I know the stars aligned, and you can, I've heard Hex say 7 million light years away, a couple planets collided. And listen, I get it, but this is a really smart, sound decision. Accuracy comes forward. I truly think that this first, obviously, he didn't know where Scump was. He is shooting at Formal, and as we're watching this right here, you can see on the left-hand side that Scump is actually already dead. So Scump was laying down. His outline was right here, laying down underneath Dashy. So his first or second bullet that he shot actually killed Scump. Formal was weak, so right now he's just trying to kill Formal, and then the transfer comes through. He definitely saw Dashy in the background. He gets Dashy to finish the 3 kills, and Minnesota comes through and wins that round. But I just think that the only poor decision that was made was the decision for Envoy to chase that kill. If Envoy just hides in a corner, or he gets together with Formal, if he just slows down the pace and makes sure you play super trade heavy, then there's probably not a chance that they lose this round. But they did actually come through and talk about this. So let's go ahead and just listen for a minute or two if you didn't catch this, where OpTic went through, they talked about the decision that they tried to do, why they went there, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead, let's listen to their conversation.
What was our play call?
To hit A.
Hit through A.
Okay, it was to hit through A, but then
what does that mean? What does the hit through A mean?
So we had offense, and then our play call was to just hit through A, and then for whatever reason we couldn't do it. So then
what's hit through A?
No.
We just wanted
were
to
fine with it.
We wanted to push
we
A.
went middle.
We got the 4v2.
Oh, like
so all 4 players go to A.
Yeah, we're all 4 gonna go to A.
We were like,
it
fuck it, we're
before.
hitting it.
Yeah, because it worked before, and then we're like, okay, they were like nading us down and stuff. We're like, all right, let's back up and like fake this, right? So we went back to middle, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go back. Like they're probably like rotating, right? So we go up, and then
so then I kill one, and then
He
Seth
gets
kills
one, I get one.
Wait, hold on, go.
So then I get one, Seth gets one, so 4v2. Dill thinks he has the time to go outer. I actually agreed with him. I thought he did. And then when he died, I was like, oh shit.
Nah.
And then it was a 3v2. And
You
then
don't think he did?
4v2, you play creddy.
Nah, but our play call
Don't
was
even
to
move.
like, after we get the
First of all, just a couple things real quick. Dashy didn't even really remember like what happened in the round. He kind of had a little bit of a struggle retelling the scenes that happened, and you heard Envoy come in and say, we hit A, then we went back over towards mid, and then we went up Esky. So you kind of heard Envoy lay it out there, but you just heard them talk about the fact that Envoy tried to go outer, and I agree with Scump. As Scump is saying this, he's saying you cannot push. You have to play super cruddy. You just have to make sure you're getting your trades, especially in around 11. So I think Scump is where I just think he had the best take with this, but let's go ahead. Let's listen back in.
the kills take their side.
Get their side, and I was gonna go plant the bomb.
So then when Dill died,
That was our initial strat call.
Yeah.
Though.
So, but
not like, but then we didn't call to go mid and then come back. So after that, that pushing out like was erased from my mind.
I mean, like we should still push out something.
yeah,
Like in my
Because,
head,
like,
in
look
my head,
what
'cause I was
happened. We got
carrying
trapped.
the bomb. I was like, once we got those kills, I was
I
gonna
mean,
go
I
plant the
went
bomb.
too early, or I should have just waited for my team.
We trapped ourselves though. If Matt slides the bricks, if
Yeah, but
Bruce
if-
doesn't come to me,
we could have literally
If
ran.
I slide the bomb, there's literally
Yeah, I
100.
know.
We
There's 100
literally
different
trapped
things.
ourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'll just line
we
up for
could
Lamar,
have,
bro.
but like that, but that's what I
We
mean.
could've done
Like
million
Attach
teams.
got them both weak. Lamar got me weak by throwing a nade at me. I'm sitting there thinking I'm finessing, letting them take care of Attach behind me,
Yeah.
and then Lamar's gonna kill him. And then as that happens, he just comes out and kills us all.
Because the only
I
reason
could have just slid the bricks
yeah.
and like I would have spotted him. He would have had to get crossfired. Like I was just like trying to look at my mini map and see what was going on.
But you got naded, so you didn't want to risk running.
And in any other situation, if I didn't have bomb, I would have playing the concrete heady, watching outer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had the bomb and I was gonna go plant it. That's why I was even in that area in the first place.
So
And I
many
slid
things
across,
could've
saw
happened,
Lamar.
bro.
Then I was like, okay, you guys kill Attach, they kill Attach, and I was just like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna die. I'm like, Lamar's out. He's rushing me. I'm gonna die, but they're gonna kill him. But they were both weak, and then it's just all just lined up for Lamar.
I was absolute.
Yeah, he was weak. I was weak.
Everyone was
Attaching me
weak.
like
Everyone
once or
was weak.
twice.
You guys said something about you guys can't shoot through bodies, because I thought that
Yeah.
So at this point, they kind of come forward and they start talking about the glitch where if Scump was laying down and he was dead, you wouldn't have been able to shoot through his body if you're dashy and stuff like that because it stops your bullets. But overall, I really think that the only mistake overall that was made was Envoy went and he tried to push outer, and as soon as he did, he just kind of threw his life away. And then Scump said they all just kind of backed over into that corner. And if somebody just goes somewhere else, then that play doesn't end up happening. But Attach had them both weak. Formal was weak from the nade from accuracy, and they were just kind of waiting for their health to get back, and accuracy made a fantastic play of pushing, getting the 3 kills, and that was the end of that round and the end of that match. So down in the comments below, let me know what you think. I know it's been about a week or so since we've seen this play, but I am interested to see what you guys have to say about this one. Any other plays that you want me to cover over the next couple days, also put them down below. We'll be doing this the next couple days before the start of Season 3. And with that, thank you guys so much. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you don't mind. And with that, we will see you in the next upload.